if that's okay. Should we chat to Mr. Nico? Should we get him in here? I think we should. I think it's high time we spoke to the guy who created this amazing map. Yep, that's definitely a vote of yes. Tharox and Chrissy, can you ask Nico to jump down here and let's talk. Let's talk about maps, shall we? Now then, how far have we got left? 598 kilometers. 9 hours driving puts it at an evening delivery. There we go. Hello.
Hello, Paul. How are you?
I'm good. Let me just check everybody can hear you.
Alright, yeah, that would be cool.
Guys, can you hear Mr. Nico? Can we give him a massive, massive nutty welcome? This is Nico van Gerwen. There you go, they can hear you. They're giving you a big welcome in the stream right now.
Oh. Alright, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And thank you for taking me in the stream. It's a pleasure.
No, it's a pleasure to have you here, sir. And it's a pleasure to be driving all over your creation, your map.
Yeah, that's what it's built for. Just a question, could you just give a little update of where you're driving, what you're doing at the moment, because I haven't seen the stream yet, to be honest.
Okay, let me just check the map. So I've just passed Copenhagen and Malmo, and I'm on my way up through Sweden, on my way up towards Stockholm, but the actual delivery is at the Scania test center.
Oh right, yeah, that's a cool drive. Now you can have some fun over there.
Yeah, we've got 570 k's left.
Oh yeah, that's still a big drive, but yeah, Sweden is a big country.
Yep, and everybody in the stream wants me to go around the test track next. When they've made the delivery, they want me to get a trailer full of glass and take it around the Scania test track center.
Yeah, why not? Let's see if the trailer is built properly.
Yeah, I think I'd end up wrecking it, but there you go. So, do you want to kick off? Do you want to kick off, Nico, by just sort of telling us a little bit about you? Just, you know, who you are, where you're from.
Yeah, that's a very good idea. I will just introduce myself. So, as you guys know, my name is Nico, and I'm from the Netherlands. So, I think there's a big yay for Dutch people.
Yay!
I'm 17 years old, so I'm not a grown man yet. I'm 17, so, and I still go to school, live in my parents' home, and when I just got occasionally the time, I just make mods, as you guys know. And I think I can tell something about the team if you guys wanted to hear.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, well, I will just tell you how it basically started, because it started in the middle of December 12th.
So that was December last year, after the game came out, yeah? Yeah, true. It's still a long time ago, and it was like a December evening, and I was playing other games. I was not thinking about modding, and all of a sudden, Skull, the other guy from ProMods, added me on Skype with the question, "Yeah, do you know how to create overlays? So the names for the signs on the cities?" And I was like, "No, mates, I'm sorry. I have been looking for the same thing, and I have never found it." So after a couple of days, Skull was like, "Yeah, I found it on a Russian forum, etc., etc." And soon the idea started that we would make Scandinavia, because that was something Skull was planning to do, and I was like, "Yeah, I got the time, so why not?" So it started already in December 2012, and well, the finished product was in August 2013. So you guys will know that it took a very long time to create this. And like, how much time were you actually spending, you know, every day or every week just doing that stuff?
Well, when I had school, it was just basically when I got home, I had Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays where I worked at it like 3-4 hours. But
school finished in June, and from that moment on, I nearly spent every day working on it. And sometimes I started at 10 in the morning and I finished at 11 in the evening, just working all day to
Wow.
create this, together with Skull, of course. Maybe I can tell something about Skull because
Please do.
he's he is like the he's like the he's really the guy who thought of it, and I think Skull is also the one who made the mod even a lot better, because if I would ever he made like all the signs, and some people don't realize it, but this mod contains all the original signs, fonts for license plate, signs he created for all the countries, cities, the correct license plates. We went into such small details, and Skull was really a go-getter, and that's I think Skull is really. It was really good to have him in the team, and he's one of the great guys. So, who is Skull? Well, some people might know him. He's Dutch, but at the moment he lives in the UK. He's a lot older than me. He's already 31 and married and everything. But I think
So it was.
Together with Skull, we are.
It's just a team effort between you and Skull then.
Yes, it started out between me and Skull, and June or July, Skull approached Kuciak, who is a French guy working on KMM French project, and he's creating France in the biggest heat. It's really amazing how he creates France. So France will be added to the ProMods as well in the future.
Wow.
And now we also got another guy, and his name is Mandelsoft, and he's from the SimCity community, and he's also Dutch. So for some reason we got all Dutch people in the team, but apparently Dutch people know how to mod games, and he's creating a lot of signs. He's going to improve Europe a lot. He's going to improve Scandanavian signage, etc. He's doing a very good job. So the team is growing, and the mod is going better and better. So I hope that more and more people will download it and get driving on it, because I think it's, in my personal opinion, it's of course the best mod ever.
I think it's been downloaded and played quite a bit, but yeah. I think a lot of people who play Eurotruck still don't quite understand how to put mods in place yet, but that's just something that they have to learn how to do, because I think that you're always going to have a certain number of people who believe in not putting mods in games because they're just frightened of it, but I think you're missing out on a massive experience with something like ProMod if you don't use it.
Yeah, it's true. A lot of people don't know it. I still remember the time when I didn't know how it worked, and when I first tried it, when it didn't work, I never knew how and why. So I have created a video on YouTube once which shows you how to activate or use mods, but it's so hard. There are always mods with problems, and then people start saying like, yeah, the mod doesn't work, what I gotta do? But help people individually is so hard. So putting in mods is really it's really a lot harder, but it makes the game so much better. And thanks to SCS, because they created a game which is so easily to mod. It's built for modding. That's something I like a lot.
Yeah, definitely, I agree with that. And I think, you know, they've benefited from this game being moddable. I think this game, you know, is such a... The length that, you know, the time that you can spend playing this game because of mods is greatly increased.
Yeah, true. I think the mods is keeping the game alive, because after a while the game is very static, which is a little bit disappointing, but that's what the game engine is for now. But I think because of mods, people continue driving, because every 2-3 weeks some great mod comes out. If it's not a truck, it's a trailer or it's a map. You got like 3-4 very big maps. Like people drive TSM because of the amount of roads, or people go for Rise Project because of the realistic roads, or for Europe rebuilding. Those are all maps who are keeping the game alive, I think.
Definitely. I mean, do you think, is it like a difficult thing to learn to create mods?
Yeah, it's pretty hard. It's not like on school when you got a question you can ask your teacher. You have to learn everything yourself. Most of the time there's no one who wants to help you. Not a lot of information there, and I always say that you really need a pair of good working brains, and you just need to read, because the game says when something is wrong. There's like the game.log, what is wrong. You just go on the internet, look it up. You just gotta do it a lot, familiarize it with it. If you spend just once a week modding, it's often very hard to keep it up, because it's really hard. It's not something for beginners.
So which part of the modding did you focus on, and which part did Skull focus on?
Yeah, Skull focused on the part which people often don't realize or underrate. It's what I already said, the license plates we create, the fonts we used, you know, he did tons of research. He created tons of signs, overlays. He created overlays, I think about 500 files just with city names on it. It's huge what he did. And my part was more the mapping, so I created like 90% of the roads, and Skull often did some brushing, so adding some extra details to it. And stuff I did as well was the hard modeling, so a lot of bridges and toll gates were made by me, and then we of course got FLD, who created the TZ map, which is one of the best maps ever made. That's for 18 Wheels of Steel, but it's a very good map. And he created like all those customizable crossings. You know, there's one in Denmark, and one in Hamburg, and one in Finland. And Oslo is also full of these custom prefabs, and they just create an extra feeling to the game, which makes it a lot more enjoyable, I think.
That's some serious dedication. You guys must really love what you do.
Yeah, I quite like it, even though that sometimes the only thing I don't like about it is always those people who start hating, think they can do better. Because the comment we often get is that we log all our stuff, but that's just because we invested, I think, 4,000 hours in the mod or something. So we would like to keep the mod just closed, and we don't want the mod to be distributed everywhere without our permissions. And some people are really getting pissed about it, really angry, I know some people on the forum who get really filthy language to describe our mods, and that's something which always is kind of bugging me, because you take the great effort, and then there's just some people saying, yeah, pro mods, it sucks, you could better call it lock mods or something like that. Some people are just
I think that's
I don't know why, but
that's the internet for you, I'm afraid. You just got to ignore those kind of people.
Yeah, I know. I think it's the saying that people get in the chat and say this is lame or ATS2 is lame. Well, some people just want to play shooting games. As I talked to you yesterday about that, ETS2 is just more a relaxing game. It's more the simulation. It's driving relaxed on roads. It's not hurry or for aggressive people. It's just nice, relaxed round. But sometimes people in the community can, of course, be a pain in the bottom part, but that's what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know, I think most people who are watching this stream right now absolutely love what you guys have done in ProMod, so you definitely get a thumbs up from us.
Yeah, thank you very much. And it's, again, I want to stress out that it's the team effort that made this, and also the community, the people who follow us on Facebook or get active on the ProMods forum. Those people are really helping the mod. Always these suggestions, you know, things can always go better. And to be honest, I have been to Scandinavia twice, and I have been twice in Denmark, and that's it. So always suggestions we're always welcome. Luckily, Skull was, of course, more often in Scandinavia, but still, Google Maps is a hard job.
So, I mean, are you guys like looking for people to help out with the modding stuff?
Well, we got like Mandelsoft. He started like with a lot of yeah, I shouldn't say negative comments, but there was like a very hotted up discussion on the forum, and he was more like, yeah, there's a lot of stuff wrong, but I want to help changing them. And we are occasionally looking for people, but we got very high standards, so it's very hard to look for people who got the same perfection as Skull has, or the same love for the game as other people have. As you just gotta give it 100% and make it look very good. So that's why we are working together with KMM, because Kuchek created a very good is creating a very good map mod. So, well, occasionally we're looking for people, but it's hard to find good modders.
You want the cream
right
of the
now,
cream,
especially.
basically.
Yeah, we really we are not here to like employ people, teach people, even though I'm sometimes helping people out. I got a friend in Croatia. He's called Ales, and I helped him out, and he created now his own map mods, and he basically can do everything himself now, which is cool to see that you learn people's stuff and they really appreciate it. So I've put like tutorials on YouTube for people to check out, but it's just so hard to help every single person individually. So
Yeah,
it's also
definitely.
hard to get a team together with people who never did it. So yeah, we really need, if we get people to the team, they are really people who did
You
this
know what
for
they're doing, yeah.
a while.
So, I mean, if there are any people watching who just happen to be really, really good at modding, then maybe they should send you something they've done, that kind of thing.
Yeah, just get on, I think, on ProMods.net and contact one of the moderators there or something like that. So yeah,
Thanks for
the
subscribing,
only
sir. I saw
thing
that.
I was looking for lately is, I can do it myself, but I never was looking for it. But I think some people notice that when you go to Scania, you will deliver an excavator or sometimes even ice cream or something. And that's just because we never created a trailer with brand new Scania. So if there's anyone in the chat ever interested in doing something like that, you will get full credits, etc. But we would love to implant like a trailer with brand new Scanias or brand new Volvo trucks to drive around.
I'm currently pulling an M1A2 tank over to Scania. I don't know why they want the tank, but there you go.
Yeah, it's like job generating.
Yeah.
Sometimes they are very weird. I once delivered 20 tons of ice cream in Eurotruck at a farm. Yeah, what do they need with 20 tons of ice cream?
Maybe they're
are they hungry or what?
Maybe they're having an open day with kids and they just needed a load of ice cream. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. But just job generating
BP.
thing, and it's something you can influence, but it's hard to influence. And Anzaf kept the most deliveries in there, so at least you can drive to Scania with a trailer.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. I love the fact that you put Scania. You actually put the Scania factory and stuff in this game. I just love the fact you did that.
Yeah, well, all these buildings that are at the factory in this game are in real life buildings. They are there in real life, not really at the same setup, but the apartment, yeah, you call them apartments next to the motorway, which are actually the headquarters of Scania. They are there in real life. Those buildings look like that in real life. And yeah, we didn't create them themselves. Some people will know the game is Scania Truck Driver Simulator. Did it like in 2012, mid 2012 or something, and it got a lot of models from Scania in them. So why don't use them? So, well, just make the test track. Sadly, we couldn't copy it, so we had to create it all over again. But I think the results are, it adds a new feature to the game, because you can just go completely nuts on the test track, ruin your truck, go on the dirt track or something, do something else than just driving 90 kph on the motorway or something like that.
Well, I went round the test track and I went full belt, and as I got back to the main straight, there was like a bumpy bit in the main straight, and it flicked the truck up in the air on its side and landed on the crash barrier.
Yeah, watching that live stream when you were, I wasn't at holiday, and I was watching that, and I was like, oh my god, this is. I know the bump is in the rope, but I never guessed that the bump has such a big influence on the truck.
Massive. I mean, it could be the fact they had realistic physics installed as well.
Yeah, I think that was helping as well. It's the prefab is completely copied from SCS, so they actually created it themselves. So I was already wondering why there's such a big bump in there. Maybe it's there in real life. I don't know, for testing truck flipping or something. I don't know. I've never been at Scania, so.
So are you guys planning on extending the Scandinavian map, or tweaking it, or maybe going into Finland a bit more? I mean, have you got any plans to carry on with that?
Yeah, I can tell something about that. Yeah, as some people know, we are very open with our plans, and we're always open to suggestions. So far, as you know, we have planned France, but we are not creating it. But France is coming in ProMod. Oh well, France. I mean the southern part of France, because the northern part is still there. At the moment, I'm building Ireland, which is completely somewhere else. In a couple of weeks, there will be a update on the ProMods. I think in 1 or 2 weeks, where we have I think modified the signing system, at least in Sweden and maybe some other countries. We have modified some parts in the Netherlands, and we have fixed some bugs. For example, in Norway, with the overtaking cars through the concrete barrier, they will be gone. And after I'm done with Ireland, we get another release. So every time we finish a country, we release a new thing. And then we will create Estonia. And then we will go further on creating the Baltics. And once we're done with that, with the Baltics and parts of Russia, I think we will go back and see if we can do something with the Balkan or Spain or Italy. At least Skull always says the final goal is to do completely Europe, so well, why not?
Yeah, why not indeed. Actually, if the guys, that team that's doing France, when they finish France, would they not move down onto Spain and do that? Seems like a natural progression.
Yeah, we had 2 people actually working on France. You had Kuchek, who was the founder of that project, and we got also a Belgian guy, and his name was Losmer. And he created already a Spain map for GTS, but he never released it. So he got a lot of Spain textures and models. And the idea was that he would start on doing something on south of France and Spain, but he hasn't been online on Skype for the last 2 months. So I have no idea what his plans are.
I'm gonna say the stream's died.
Oh really?
Yeah, hang on. Why has Twitch done this crap? No, some people are saying it's fine. It's on my screen, it's gone, and I think on quite a few people's it's gone. I'm just going to see if refreshing the browser works. There we go.
Maybe there are too many people watching.
On my screen, it just I don't know. It stopped. Have you got the stream in front of you, Nico?
No, I'm sorry. I'm currently not watching it. I'm trying to save my bandwidth.
No, it's dead on my preview screen, and a lot of people are saying it's okay, but some are saying it's died. So I think some of the Twitch servers just screwed up. Yeah,
it could be that there. I heard that about 3 watching or something, so maybe Twitch is like overflowing or something.
Yeah, well, we'll just carry on. I mean, for me, it's the actual video's frozen, but I think it's coming back now. Yeah, it's just come back for me now. So I think Twitch just had a bit of a glitch, went a bit twitchy. Sorry. So, last 30-second recap maybe for the people that lost the stream.
Yeah, well, it was about Spain. Yes. Yeah, if the guy who wanted to create Spain, we haven't had contact with him in the last 2 months, so I have no idea what's gonna happen there. So far Spain is a little off track, but if it's up to me, it will come definitely. But it will be at least 2014. I think summer 2014 maybe.
Well, it's like waiting for Lord of the Rings or the Hobbit release, isn't it? Coming summer 2014.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know how long I will carry on. And at the moment I barely got time to do anything. But if it's up to me, I really love doing this, and if it would ever be possible to do it full time, it would be cool. But I got other ambitions, to be honest. So I hope that SCS will wait long enough with creating other games that ETS2 still has like a little of. Still got an army of players, just to sum up, but there's still people playing it, so it's still worth modding it. The American Truck Simulator comes out, which, by the way, looks bonkers. It's amazing looking. I will definitely start doing some mods for that, I think, because
yeah, you should.
There can always come improvements. And I've been to the United States once, and I was so blown away of it. It's such a beautiful country that if there would be a truck simulator about it, I would definitely start modding it.
I think so. I think we'll talk with Pavel later. I don't know if you're going to be around to hear it, but we're going to talk with Pavel later about things like American Truck Simulator and see what the plans are there, hopefully.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to stick around because I want to hear what Pavel has to say, because I have never really heard a lot, yes, apart from the blogs, but I think having him in a stream with an interview, it's I think the first time it ever happened, so I think first of all it's pretty cool, and I think a lot of people are watching this because of Pavel.
Oh, I'm sure, absolutely. They want to hear what this guy's got to say and what his plans are, definitely. He's actually a really cool guy.
Yeah, he should be if he's running a company like that. I think, oh wait, I'm not sure about that, but I thought his brother is also in the company, so it's almost a family company.
I'm not sure if his brother's in it or not.
Yeah, I heard something about it, but that's something else.
So I have I don't know if you know Corrales on YouTube. He's got a big channel on YouTube, and he loves Minecraft, and he does Eurotruck. Anyway, he's got a specific question for you.
Oh yeah, fired.
Let me just read this to you. He says, "Will you please add my hometown of Ystad in Sweden, and that with a seaport to Poland," because he's from Poland, I think.
Yeah, I've watched a video where he was talking about that, and I have looked at Google Maps, and the Polish city is in the DLC, and so far I have no idea if it's ever possible to mod content from the DLC, so for that it's pretty hard, but there's always been a plan on creating a motorway that direction, so it's possible to do it, and making Corrales happy is something cool, so I think we will keep him sticking with the mod, which is also something cool, because as soon as he started making videos, numbers exploded again, so... And it's the same with Nut House. When over here the videos came, we got a lot of new members, so thank you for at least for promoting our mod again, because it's something which is still pretty hard to get the mods to the masses.
You guys just deserve the promotion, to be honest.
Yeah, well, it's some people say that we don't. Other people say that we need to get hired by SCS. You know, it's. I will be honest. I know it's a very good mod, and we want to be a very good mod. So every time people come up with these compliments, it's. I think we really appreciate it, especially if people just. There were people on our ProMod page, and they were just like, "Yeah, I want to donate some money. This is perfect." And then he's like, "Oh my God, you added Scania. I'm not gonna donate even more money." You know, that kind of stuff. It's just very heartwarming, to be honest.
I mean, it's a pity you're not watching the chat right now, because you know, I could get you 2,000 messages of support right now because these guys love you.
Thank you. Yeah, I will definitely rewatch the part, and see what people write. I will, as soon as I get off this, I will just be in this stream watching. So I think I will get a little active then and writing in the chat if people want to.
So another question was asked. Says, are you planning on putting the Volvo factory in the test center near Goatborg? I don't know how you say that.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm sure you know about it.
Yeah, I know there is some Volvo around Göteborg. The problem we always had with Volvo is that we don't have any matching models from real life. So we created the Volvo powertrain factory in Skövde. I don't know if you have been there, but as a Scania fan, I imagine not. And
nope.
It's the only thing that we created which is Volvo styled is the Volvo logo, and that's almost it. We got all the models ready and we got a complete plan and everything, so it was a lot easier to add. And for Volvo, it's I think a little harder. And also around Göteborg, we don't have there's some space, but still, it will be hard to fit in. However, Skull once said that we might do at Norrköping, which is between. Hopefully, I don't say it wrong, so please, Swedish people, don't kill me. It's between Jönköping and Stockholm, I think, and there's the Saab factory. So we might do something like that, but
that'd be cool.
I'm not sure about that yet. We are planning on Scandinavian expansions as well. So Trondheim will come. So for the stream where everybody was like, is Trondheim coming or not? Yes, Trondheim is coming. And maybe another city in Sweden, I'm not sure about that yet. And also added in Finland. And we might make, in the future we make Finland, and then you go to St. Petersburg, and then you can drive in Estonia again. So you got like a road leading to Estonia and not just a ferry.
Cool. Just a question about the mods again. What sort of tools do you need to make these mods? Do you just need do you think things like Blender and Photoshop and stuff like that?
Well, the modding programs I use, the map editor, that's something integrated in the game itself. You just need to activate it, but there are lots of we create models with a program called ZModeler, which is not freeware. You pay a license, and it's for 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, and it's pretty pricey, but it's a good software. I like it. I know the layout, so that's why it works very easy. You can also use Blender, but I'm not familiar with the Blender layout, and I don't really like it. Even though it's freeware, we still choose ZModeler. Other software, yeah, we use, at least I use Photoshop with a DDS plugin to create the DDS texture files, but a lot of people just use other graphic editors like Paint or Paint.net or whatever is around, and then convert the images to DDS with a program called DXTP-BMP or something like that. I got it on my computer as well, but I don't know the name. Then we create, you need a hex editor for creating Tobia files or editing PMD files, which are part of model files. And we also got a program called SCS Editor or ETS2 Edit, and with that you can create looks to a model, which is just a different texture look. So some ports in the game got different looks, so one of them is blue and one of them is brown, I think so. And that are most of the tools. Yeah, I also use EditPad Pro, which is a cool text program thing where you can just create all the text files you need to add as well.
Wow, that's quite a lot of tools.
Yeah, that's some tools, and you need to use the correct tools with the correct things, and some tools are already outdated, like you got PDD Edit, which is for creating prefab only works on the older SCS versions. So with the newer patch, you also had a change in model stuff and in definition stuff. So you really need to update a lot of stuff, and you need a lot of programs, and you need some money. So yeah, some people do some stuff with Blender. I know Mandelsoft, so the guy who is creating cool signs now, he is using Blender, but he's familiar with the layout. So Blender is free, ZModeler is not. I prefer ZModeler because it has been the editing, the 3D editing for GTS, UKTS, ETS, ETS2, 18 Wheels of Steel, even GTA 4 and all kinds of Need for Speed games. So it's a pretty good software.
Can you tell us, are there any like Easter eggs in the map? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there are some Easter eggs.
Have people found them yet?
I'm not sure. There in Copenhagen, there is an Easter egg. It's at Stokes, and yeah, I have once put an Easter egg on the Facebook page, and nobody found it, which was a bit But at Stokes in Copenhagen, just check it out. There is some lazy worker who flipped his forklift. There is also a little Easter egg on the road between Flensburg and Kolding. We created a scene where it looks like there's an accident and the central crash barrier is broken, but most of the people never really noticed it. And what more Easter eggs do we have? Well, we focused a lot on the landscape, so especially if you're driving in Norway, a lot of the bridges you see, the kind of tunnel constructions, etc. So the road 7 you took, with the very weird tunnels going up and down, that's there in real life. So I think they're not Easter egg, but they are real life, to be honest.
Right, I gotta have to keep my eye out for those now.
Yeah, you should. I think the most beautiful roads are in Norway, just because Norway is a beautiful country. Yeah, it's not an Easter egg, but we created ferry lines which are very short. It's something that SCS hasn't done, but which you have in Norway. Oh, and yeah, it's not an Easter egg, but a lot of people like you, there is a floating van. And that's not an Easter egg, it's a bug.
Oh, I saw the.
I
is
just
that on
forgot to lower it, and it's
a van that's floating just by the highway on the grass?
On the box.
Yeah, on the box.
True.
I saw that in one of my streams.
People say, yeah, I know. I saw it as well when you paused it. And the box is actually a speed camera, and there is a sign saying fart control, so there's a speed control. But the van is not supposed to fly, and we have fixed it. So people, you don't need to report it anymore, because we got like 20 bucks report on this van, and everybody's laughing about it. I know it was a stupid mistake of me. I think I was not paying attention or something, but it's funny.
I think we'll let you off with that one error.
All right, thank you.
Let's take another question out. I'm just ripping around the dirt track on the Scania test center right now.
Oh yeah, it's. I don't know if it's there in real life, but I thought it's a cool adding feature. But it's not in the. It's kind of Easter egg, because you can't see it in the map, so you really need to know that it's there.
So somebody wanted to know. Somebody wanted to know if you're ever going to do a more detailed version of the UK. But listening to your plans, it doesn't sound like that's on the agenda. But when you're doing Ireland, what cities are you going to go for in Ireland? Do you know?
Ireland, I know we are doing Cork, Limerick, Dublin. We are creating a lot of villages, so I've already created the village of New Ross and some other one. I'm sorry, but I've never been to those areas, so I have no idea how the places are called.
Fair enough.
But we are doing some edits on the UK as well. In Wales, we have improved the road signs, so we now got Welsh English road signs. like it's supposed to be. The M4, M5 junction is going to be improved, so it looks like the one in real life. We might add toll booths in at the bridges in the UK, like it should be. At a couple of bridges, I know there's one close to Cardiff, I think. And maybe we're gonna extend a motorway towards Hull to connect the A63 or something, but I'm not sure about that. And we created some signs saying welcome in Scotland, welcome in England, welcome in Wales, you know, those basic stuff. But we will do some little edits to the UK because, well, Skull's from the UK, and we do some edits to the Netherlands because I'm from the Netherlands. So yeah, there will be some edits in the UK, that's for sure.
Cool. Because I'm from the UK, so that'd be nice.
Yeah, I know. There are a lot of people from the UK, and I think that UK and Ireland have very high potential, but because there are more mods with Scandinavia and there are more mods with France and Spain, but I have never ever seen a version of Ireland, so I think that something like that will really give us an extra boost and create a lot of audience, which is something we are really striving forward to.
So, a question for you really is, what could SCS do to help modders like yourself? Like, what could they do to the game that would make your life easier or better or allow you to do more things? You know, because you've been deep into the modding of ETS, but what could they do you think, that would really make it better for you?
Well, that's a very good question. I think they already did a lot of stuff because they got like a game.log which exactly describes the error. The game is very easy.
It's an invisible wall here.
It's already open for modding, which is making life a lot easier. I think in the future it would be cool to. Yeah, that's always hard, but open some software for us modders to use, especially creating prefab, so the crossings, it's something I can do. FLD knows how to do it, but it's something where I don't have the knowledge from, but yeah, just some extra support. And yeah, I was thinking in the future, like, well, that's more getting off topic, but the DLC edition, I think that if they're gonna create a DLC, and you already said it once, that the time between the release and the first DLC is just too big. You gotta release every 3 months or something to be good, yeah, well, to keep the attention to the people, I think. So I think that SCS should more focus on creating new games, improving the game engine, maybe add some extra trucks or something, and that maybe SCS could create like some SCS approved mods or something like that, where SCS thinks that's a good mod, that's what people need to use, because I think that our mod is coming very close to a DLC looking thing, if I'm honest, and SCS already approached us once, but it, as you already said, that Pavel probably lost the whole conversation in all the messages he's getting. So something like SCS getting in touch with modders would definitely increase modding activity and also well, modding awareness, I think.
Engine's broken.
As you said before, some people are not aware about the game being moddable, using mods, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he's definitely. I mean, I did speak to him about the gap between ETS coming out and the DLC, and he does completely understand. And funnily enough, I did mention to him that they should do kind of quarterly, 3-month things like you just suggested as well. So I think they've struggled with the success of ETS. They didn't expect it to be quite so big.
Yeah, it's ETS is like maybe a small step for a gamer, but it's a giant leap for the simulation world. To be honest, it's.
Agree.
If you compare it to what's the game they created before? I think it's UK Truck Simulator what they created before. It's I think that ETS2 has, for simulation games, the best graphics by far compared to other games, and other games will still be busy for years to get even close to the perfection of the graphics stuff in ETS2, which is absolutely amazing. And I think for a simulation game, ETS2 is really a new way of thinking about, for example, the spinning tires game. If they looked at the SCS game and thought like, whoa, if we put a lot of time and good graphic, good physics, then we can create something very successful. So I think that SCS has really put a, I think if you would look at the simulation history, that ETS2 is one of the big games. It's like a new chapter of games, and if you look at the pictures of the American Truck Simulator, then, well, I just can't wait for that game to come out, because it just looks absolutely bonkers.
American Truck Simulator is going to be awesome, and I'm so looking forward to that.
Yeah, I think I'm not the only one, because it's already since 2008 or something that the last 18 Wheels of Steel version came out or something. So
You ever seen me skip my...
it would be very cool to go back to America again.
Flip my Scania, guys. I mean, I've seen some of the trucks they've put out, but mostly I'm looking forward to just being able to drive across the states. That's going to be absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, me too. I really, really, really hope that they will throw those idiotic junctions away where one lane just disappears in the exit or something, and that they will create some proper American big-ass junctions where you drive up and have like 20,000 bridges going everywhere where you just get lost. That's something. And then create those big highways with 4 or 5 lanes. I don't know, create cool cities or something, but I don't know what is possible with their capacity, but I think that if they put a lot of effort on it, they can have a very big market, or they have a very big potential, because the United States is enormous, and if they create a very good game, I think they can reach out to a lot of people, and if that becomes a success, I think that SCS will really make a step into like a worldwide gaming company almost.
I think so. I mean, they'll do so much better than Eurotruck. There's a lot of people in the States and Canada who play Eurotruck, but they really want to play an American truck game.
Yeah, that's true. I know there's also a lot of Australian people for some reason playing ETS2, and it's very cool to just see that, even though it's called Eurotruck, that's still, I think, 20-30% of the people playing it are not even from Europe or have ever been here, which is, well, pretty cool actually.
And keep your weapon. I think it'll be massive when it comes out. I've lost 12th gear, guys.
Yeah, that's for sure.
So, do you actually get time to play Eurotruck?
I have a Logitech driving GeForce GT, so I've got a good steering wheel. But playing, I think the only stuff I do is driving at 200 miles an hour, testing for if the road works, if there are no invisible walls, and then I just get back modding. But I don't play the game a lot actually. I play other games even more than ETS2, if I ever play the game.
Deliveries. Well, it's just that, I mean, because obviously, if you started modding in December last year, so I'm thinking you must have bought Eurotruck and started playing it. That must be how you got into it, yeah?
Yes, I'm already in the SCS game since 2010, I think, when I just was looking on the internet for simulation games, and then German Truck Simulator caught my attention, and I bought the game for 10 euros, which was it was a pretty cheap game. And then I saw that they were planning like this ETS2 version, and I followed everything, and I ordered the game at the day it got released, and I got it, I think, 12 midnight, and I played it for 5 hours or something, and then I went to bed. So I have played the game, yes, but at the moment I'm not playing it anymore.
It's kind of understandable.
Yeah, right now I'm more into. I'm less into the truck world, so if it would be with buses, I would just drive it as well because I'm not really a trucker guy. I just got the game more because I like simulation games, and creating mods was something it was something I wanted to do. I wanted to create content for my YouTube channel, so I was thinking, why not provide mods? More people do it, so that's actually how all the ideas started. And I started with Scania Truck Driver Simulator, and then I did Eurotruck Simulator. I created a real company mod. I created a winter mod.
He's gonna add it for you, Corrales.
Which is my most successful mod ever, even than
he
the
did
Pro
say he
mod.
was gonna add it for you.
Well, now I got the Pro mod, so I think it's really something that I think that I get the game more for modding than for driving, to be honest.
Yeah. It's a shame in some respects, because obviously you must love trucking games, but I guess you're going to have to sink your time into modding now, because people love what you do.
Yeah, it's taking up a lot of time, but it's something I like to do. I just love it when I post something on Facebook and then you get like 300 likes and 100 comments of people starting a discussion or people discussing on forums or people mentioning the mod. It's just great to see that people appreciate it and that people talk about it, because the greatest promotion for any mods is just people telling to other people that this is good and that they need to use it. So
definitely,
it's really cool to see people doing that. And I will say people spreading the word. It's oh look, that's cool. Keep spreading the word, and I think if the mod, the bigger the mod gets, the more known it gets, the more motivation I have to carry on. It's if nobody would download it, I would quit immediately, to be honest.
Well, you've definitely got a lot of fans in this channel right now. In fact, Corrales just messaged again. He sent in a delivery saying, "Add eStat ASAP." So he really wants you to add that into the Pro mod.
Yeah, Corrales, I will think about it, and
no, don't think about it. You got to do it. You do it, and he's going to make a video about it. So why would you not do it?
Well, it's more or less the thing. Creating a city costs between 1 and 2 weeks, which is pretty long, I think, because creating a city, have copied some SCS cities and modified it. If the city would fit and has the right
we changed
roads, etc. Yeah, I can tell, for example, Aalborg, the city in northern Denmark. It's partly copied from Kassel, which is a German city, but then I was like, yeah, Aalborg got a river through it, but I need to edit some stuff. So I built a motorway through it, I added roads, but that already took a week, and then I already copied some cities. So I think Oslo took me 2.5 weeks to build. So when I'm building a city, it's not because somebody wants it, but when it's Corrales and when it could be like a small city with a port, I think maybe in the future versions there might be a surprise Corrales. So just keep updating your game.
You've got to do it for him. It doesn't matter if it takes 2 weeks. You got to do it.
Yeah. Well, I was first thinking about creating my hometown in ETS2, but
yeah, Corrales, your chat colour's orange now.
A little selfish, so
that's a special reserve colour
now. But creating Corrales' hometown, yeah. I only need a 3D model of wifey and the baby Corrales, so just create one. Or maybe create like instead as a Minecraft city, because it's a lot easier to just make blocks and low-res textures.
Yeah, he's a big Minecrafter, isn't he? He loves his Minecraft.
Yeah, well, I'm not too familiar with the games, but I subscribed to Corrales as soon as he started making the videos, because he's sorry to say, but he's a bigger YouTuber than you, Paul, and his content is amazing.
Yeah.
But Corrales has a different does different things than the Nut House, because it's more. This is, I think, more streaming, because I see him more on the stream than on YouTube often. Even though I'm just following you like 1.5 weeks now, to be honest.
I've been working hard on my stream these last few weeks to try and get, you know, the partnership and all that kind of thing. But you know, YouTube's also a main thing for me.
Yeah, it was always. It was something I started with it as well. It's all. I think the new social media with Facebook and YouTube, it has such a high, cool, and great potential. And I think that Facebook is 50% of our success comes from Facebook, just because it's so easy to create a page and get content on it, and people start liking it, tell it to people, share stuff. I think social media is one of the things that is making modding a lot more easier.
Stream's okay for me, guys. Well, can I ask you one more question?
That's fine with me.
What's your favourite truck in Eurotruck?
Oh damn, that's a good question. Well, I think I should say Scania because I'm here in that house. But
you should. But what is your favourite truck? And if you say Renault, I'm going to mute you right now.
Well, I always got a love for MAN, for those big MAN trucks, but that's more
German.
like my grandfather lives in the city where MAN was founded, so MAN means Maschinenwerke Augsburg Nürnberg. And well, my grandfather lives in Nuremberg. And
is that what it stands for?
Just look. Yes, it's not like a man. It's really it's abbreviation, and it's part of Scania. So just it's Scania, MAN, and Volkswagen are the same company, I think, or it's Volvo.
Well, Volvo owns Renault.
I hope I don't say anything wrong, but I think that Volkswagen, Scania, and MAN are all from Volkswagen. But I think MAN are cool trucks. I also like Mercedes, but I also love Scania.
Okay,
but for some reason, I have driven too much Scania because of Scania Truck Driver Simulator, and I have driven a lot in the Volvo. And when I'm looking at the new trucks, the new Volvo is absolutely rocking it, which is, I think it's a very good truck. And
I mean, there's no doubt.
I don't know why.
Volvo are good trucks, and the MAN trucks look really nice.
Yeah, even though the new one, it looks almost the same as the old one, but the new Scania, I'm sorry to say, but it just looks a little bit like it's from a different future planet. I don't really like it, and I think it's coming in the new patch or something. So
yes,
when it comes out, it will be my
guys.
test track. Will be my test truck for sure.
Oh, you mean the R1000, the concept truck?
From Scania. I'm not sure. I'm really not in the truck business, so I think I said everything wrong about the trucks and truck names. So if that's the case, and the only thing I know is that it's MAN, and that most people say MAN, and that they think it comes from something else, but it's really MAN, and the logo is actually a lion, which has nothing to do with a man. Those are the small details which some people just know, and some people they don't know it because it's not really important.
I sense you're a detail man just by looking at ProMod.
Yeah, it's hard to convince me of something. I'm always looking for facts. So when people start saying that what's a good example? Some people say like somebody hacked your mod. I never believe the people until they really show proof of someone hacking the mod, or when someone is saying it's something that, yeah, I'm a detailed man, and Skull, he's also a very detailed and he's like a perfectionist, that's what he calls himself, and I think that makes the mod so detailed just because we take our time, put ourselves very high standards, which sometimes put us in great trouble, but it's something fun to do, and all the good feedback just made it all worth it, I think.
Well, we love what you've done. I love ProMod. I think it's just like a brilliant extension to Eurotruck. And I don't know, is there anything else that you want to say? Because we've got Pavel coming up shortly.
Yeah, I'm seeing that Pavel is online. I think that most people are now looking forward to hearing from Pavel, just like me. So I think I will be heading out now and grab myself a drink and then start listening to Pavel. I think there are no, I think I told enough for the people to just get a good overview of what's happening.
It's been great having you on the stream, Nico. It's, you know, you've told us about what you're doing. It's a pity you can't see the chat because people have given you like really warm comments. So don't ever think for 1 minute that, you know, people don't like what you've done. There are always going to be haters out there, but there are so many people who just really appreciate this mod.
Yeah, it's for the people who love the mod and keep commenting on it. Just thank you from the whole team. Thank you for all the great support, and well, for the people who hate us, just do something else. You know, it's a mod. If you hate us, just do something else. Ignore it.
What?
We don't care actually. And for the people who care about the mod, keep caring about the mod because it means a lot to us.
Yeah, the people who hate don't actually go around creating anything.
Yeah, that's what I notice a lot. That we're jealous, but well, it's something that keeps the people, and well, what you got to do about it. It's the same on YouTube and Twitch. There are always people doing stuff.
Right. Okay.
That's what
It's been great having you on, Nico.
Yeah, thank you very much for inviting. It was a pleasure. And,
can we give Nico a big send off, guys? Give him
Pavel is ready for his entrance.
a quick nutty send off, and we'll do a giveaway. I'm just going to have a quick break and then give away some keys, and then I think we'll speak to Mr. Pavel.
Yeah, that will be fine because then I can just tune in there and don't miss a thing of Pavel. So, to all the fans and all the guys, I wish you a happy time driving and listening to Paul's is great, or listening and viewing to Paul's is great fit, and we really appreciate it. And thanks for inviting me again. So
no, it's been great.
It was
chat's going mental for you.
I will definitely watch this part back. I think it will.
Thanks, guys.
I will record it and put it on my wall or something, and I won't forget. We won't forget this evening for sure. It was a cool day, and again, thanks for everything.
That's cool. Well, it's been great having you, and don't forget, I'm on Skype if you need me.
Yeah, we will definitely keep in touch. I think if you're fine with that. So.
If you want me to test out any mods for you.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that when we got some new content that you can test it, maybe create a video or a stream with it, so people can
definitely.
Just get used to it. I think Corrales is also a potential for that if he wants to get a ProMod partnership.
ProMod partnership.
Yeah, I know. Maybe we can arrange some beta testers, but that's something we can better discuss in private chat and on this big one. So I think I will be heading out now, and you can take your break. And then
awesome, great. Well, have a good evening.
You can listen to Pavel.
Thanks for joining us
and
talking to us. Say goodbye to Nico.
Thanks.
User disconnected from your channel.
That's Nico, my friends. That was a long old chat right there, and I did say that after we'd done the chat we'd take a quick break. So I'm just going to go and grab a drink. I'm probably going to go and grab a milkshake,